Hey, welcome to Leveling Up with me. If you enjoy learning things that are genuinely useful but explained clearly, this channel is for you. Welcome to the Algebra playlist. If math has ever felt confusing, overwhelming, or things just never fully clicked, this series is for you. Each video focuses on one key idea, explained step by step, so you actually understand what's going on. You can watch it in order or jump to whatever topic you need most. Take your time, pause when you need to, and let's make math finally make sense. Let's get into today's topic. So in today's video, we will cover a pretty simple and straightforward concept that is essential to know in order to succeed in algebra. This might be common knowledge for most of you. However, going over this can serve as a refresher and a quick review of a fundamental concept that will prepare us for future videos. We are going to be looking at the different parts of an algebraic expression. Now, you may be wondering, what is an algebraic expression? And that's a very good question to ask yourself. Well, let's define what it is. An algebraic expression is a mathematical phrase that includes variables, numbers, and operation symbols. Now that we have defined what an algebraic expression is, let's break it down even further and define each of its parts. The first part is a variable. A variable is used to represent an unknown value or quantity. Essentially, it acts as a placeholder for a value that can change or is unknown. Variables are typically represented by letters. A few very common examples of variables are x, y, and z. These are just a few of the many variables that are used in math. Now let's turn to the next part. A constant. A constant, also known as a numerical term, is a value that remains fixed and does not change. Some examples are 8, -9, 100, 1000. All these numbers that I've listed remain fixed and do not change, and they can be considered constant terms. Let's proceed to the third part, algebraic term. An algebraic term is separated by addition or subtraction signs consisting of a number, variable, or a product of numbers and variables. Let's move on to coefficients. So a coefficient is the number in front of the variable. This number multiplies a variable. So let me give you an example. Let's say we have 3x. 3 would be considered the coefficient because that's the number that's in front of the variable. This number multiplies a variable. And lastly, we have operation symbols. Operation symbols include addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So now that we have defined each part, let's come up with a quick example. Okay, so consider the following algebraic expression that I wrote here. I would highly recommend that you pause the video and try answering the following questions. So I wrote, how many terms are there? What is the coefficient of the algebraic term? What is the constant term? And what is the operation symbol? I'll give you a moment to try to answer these questions, and then we will go over them together to see if you fully understand the parts of an algebraic expression. Alrighty, I suppose you made an effort to answer these questions. Let's go over them together. So first, let me annotate and identify each part in this example. So these right here are called terms. This one would be considered a constant term, and this one would be considered an algebraic term. Once again, this is a constant because this value remains fixed. It doesn't change at all, right? And that's why it's called a constant. These two are terms because they're separated by a subtraction sign. Okay? This subtraction sign is called an operation symbol. 7 is a constant. X would be considered a variable, right? And 2 would be the coefficient. The reason why 2 is a coefficient is because it's in front of the variable x, and it's also being multiplied by the variable x. Okay? Now, let's move on to the questions. How many terms are there? So we have an algebraic term, and we also have a constant term. So we have a total of 2 terms. What is the coefficient of the algebraic term? Okay, well, we already established that 2x is our algebraic term, and we said that the coefficient is 2 because it's located in front of the variable x. So the coefficient of the algebraic term is 2. What is the constant term? We've defined it as 7. And lastly, what is the operation symbol? It would be the subtraction sign. Awesome. Hopefully you got those correctly. If not, please review those definitions that I wrote earlier. And now that you know the major parts of an algebraic expression, you are ready to evaluate and simplify algebraic expressions. We will cover these topics in the next video. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped things click a little more. If it did, feel free to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss future lessons. I'll see you in the next one.